Over the past week, there has been a few items of relevant news here in the world of self-publishing, including BookBrush rolling out some webinars that are available to all account holders, as well as their new hourly concepts feature. And speaking of BookBrush, they're working with StoryOrigin right now and how you can get from 0 to 1,000 email subscribers. And also, Kobo Writing Life's going to be hosting a live video where they're going to be discussing about audiobook creation with an audiobook expert. And there's so much more, including Amazon Ad Summit has just released the replays, all that in the self-publishing news for June 26th of 2023.
Learn how to publish books and build your author business with award-winning author and self-publishing consultant Dale L. Roberts. This is the Self-Publishing with Dale podcast.
Let's just jump right on into things here. And I'm going to start out with the most relevant item here in the news is going to be the Miblart ebook and print book cover design giveaway. Now, as of this recording right now, we have less than 16 hours. All right. It's counting down for you to enter for a chance to win this, because at noon, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be drawing a winner for the Miblart contest. And also we'll be drawing a winner for the Get Covers contest. That's at dalelinks.com/Get Covers giveaway. And then for the Miblart one, it's dalelinks.com/giveaway. As per usual, all the links will be inside the description. And we'll be doing this live just after the interview with expert book publicist Jason Jones of Jones Literary. Jason's been a previous guest here on the podcast, and I am just excited to have him back. And we're going to go ahead and pick his brain when it comes to how do we handle book publicity? What does that mean? And how does it differ from book publicity to book marketing? He's going to be answering a lot of those burning questions. Show up, because it's going to be an Ask Me Anything, and he is an open book and excited to chat with you guys. All right, moving a little further forward here, I just got a notification. If you are currently using MailerLite, they are going to be increasing their prices as of July the 10th. This is only for the new MailerLite interface. If you happen to have gotten grandfathered in underneath the old classic one, you'll continue to have to pay the classic pricing. I don't know how much longer they're going to keep that so, because it's actually relatively inexpensive. MailerLite's probably one of the least expensive email marketing services out there, but they are getting ready to increase that prices. What I would recommend, and something they recommended to me to recommend to you, was if you want to get the prices locked in, what you're going to want to do is visit the link that I'm going to have inside the description here, and you can buy an annual plan and save upwards of 10% per year. And I think it's an additional 15% just if you get it now before that increase on July the 10th. I might be a little bit off on that one, so make sure that you click the link, go over and visit that. I just want to give you a heads up. Now, if you are using the free MailerLite service, totally fine. Nothing's changed. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, it's not a big deal, but if you are upgraded and you're in the new plan, it's going to increase. I would say increase that thing right now before it starts to get increased considerably, because I think it was a difference of normally $15 per month. It's going up to $35 per month. I'm just throwing some arbitrary numbers out here, by the way. It wasn't 50, it was 15, it was $25. I think it ended up going up to. So just keep that in mind if you're using that service. Speaking of Get Covers, I was just talking about them not too long ago. They actually have a new free email course, Bump Up Your Book Sales with Email Marketing, by author Shayla Raquel. You're going to learn in this 7-day course that it's done through email entirely. Everything about a short and sweet rundown. It's going to be basics, setup, growth and engagement, tips and tricks part 1 and 2, content ideas and examples, and encouragement. What you're going to do is enroll for the course, and every morning at 8 a.m. they're going to send you out the specific lesson plan, and you're going to also complete practical tasks. This is 100% free to use here, folks. Love me some Get Covers. There's a good reason why. They are the sponsor of this channel. I love what they do, and they're not paying me to say this specific one. I'm sending you over there because it's free. Can't beat free, right? Speaking of Get Covers, their sister company, Get Premades, is actually going to be running a flashing cover auction. Not a flash cover auction, a flashing cover auction on Thursday, June the 29th at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Daytime. And how it's going to do is they're going to be pretty much taking 12 striking pre-made book cover designs, and they're going to have an auction that you're going to be able to pay for it and such. The important update that they do mention here is we have an early buyout, so you can grab the pre-made you love before the auction, thus make sure the cover is yours. The prices for the early buyout will be slightly higher than the starting bid during the auction, for good reason, obviously. Don't want to try your luck? Make sure you're the first to see all reveals and grab your perfect match. All pre-mades will be revealed here in the event page. Check the discussion thread. Get Pre-Mades is a sister company to Get Covers and Miblart. And I don't know this for sure, but I believe that part of how Miblart works is you're allowed to actually put in for a cover design and you don't have to pay for anything right away. If you're not happy with it, you don't get to take it and they get to keep it. So what do they do with that extra cover? They probably send it on over to Get Pre-Mades to where people can go ahead and buy them through auctions such as this. So I think that's a really, really cool system. I'm just interested to see how this auction is going to go, and visit that link. It's going to be over on Facebook from what I can see. This is a big shout out to a longtime supporting channel member is Carolyn Choate. Carolyn actually has her own YouTube channel. It's called Carolyn Choate Book Funnel Fanatic. She's been supporting the channel for a while now. She just launched a book launch planner on June the 8th. And some of the bullet points and areas that she wanted to share with you is going to be, well, first of all, it is on Amazon. You can pick it up. It's not just what to do for a great book launch, but also how to do it. A comprehensive plan for all types of book promotion with tasks laid out for 3 months before launch, all the way through launch week, post-launch week, and what you can do on an ongoing basis to keep sales going. There's several trackers, such as one for your podcast guesting book tour and how to apply for podcasts, where to find them, etc. There's digital resources to go along with each section of the planner as well. And there's even a post-launch analysis page so you can measure your goals and see what worked best. So big shout out to Carolyn. Make sure you go over to her YouTube channel and subscribe to her so you can get more details about sales funnel, automation tech, and book marketing. All right, speaking of book marketing, the fine folks over at BookBrush actually just let me know about this, and this has actually been there for a while. Did not know. You can watch any of their previous webinars. So if you are like me and you're overwhelmed with the amount of tools and access that they have for graphic design on BookBrush, you're kind of going, where do I start? What do I do? How do I manage this? They have it available to you underneath their webinars below. They have everything from Cover Creator 101, Custom Creator 101, Instant Mockups, book trailers, box set creation, animation, background removal, and video effects. So they have all of these tutorials that you can go through. Kathleen Sweeney hosts most of those, and she is just fantastic. I've had her on this channel before. And speaking of, I thought I would mention this one again because there was a little bit more clarification when it comes to hourly concepts. It's now a service that BookBrush offers. It's what they call cost-effective, fast turnaround time, and easy to use. So essentially, it's like hiring a graphic designer at one flat rate per month. So for instance, right now, you can get up to 5 hours with their graphic design team for $125. This is discounted from $150, by the way. The 10-hour plan is $240 per month. The 20-hour plan is $399 per month. And the 30-hour plan is $599 per month. So they have quite a few features you could see available through something like this. So yes, you could use BookBrush without having to pay all those monthly things. But the thing is, you're going to actually have to figure out, oh, what's good graphic layout? Is my template looking fine compared to the other things? And if you're the type of person that has the discretionary expense, then hourly concepts might be your thing. All right, moving further forward, still talking about BookBrush here. BookBrush actually is partnering up with StoryOrigin to put together a workshop for you from 0 to 1,000 plus mailing list subscribers. Learn how to build your mailing list, write a welcome sequence, arrange cross promotions, and vet potential reviewers. So you're going to learn all about this. By the way, it is a Zoom meetup. So this means that you get to have direct interaction with the folks over at BookBrush as well as StoryOrigin. If you do go watch that, make sure you give Evan Gao a big shout out. He's such a sweetheart of a guy. All right, let's move further forward. Kobo Writing Life is actually going to be doing a live Q&A in about 2 days on June 29th at 12 p.m. where they're going to be interviewing Karen Gray, and she's an expert in audiobook narration, an author, and audiobook production. So this is going to be very exciting. If you've been following this podcast for any length of time, you will know that I'm extremely bullish when it comes to audiobook publishing. This is definitely an area for you to consider, and I would say at least tune into something like this. If you find that you're cash strapped, maybe you can ask her what would be the best option for you on a limited budget. Because I know there's a number of options out there that isn't just some generic AI narration, which is some good AI narration, but I know not everybody wants to utilize something like that, and distribution is super limited. Hey, this is an interesting piece right here. This actually comes from the fine folks over at the Alliance of Independent Authors, and the founder and director of the Alliance of Independent Authors, Orna Ross, is just a fantastic woman. She's been here on the podcast before, love her to death. She actually has a coaching program. I think this is pretty cool. It's a creative planning program for authors and poets with Orna Ross. If you've ever wanted to work with her one-on-one, this is the next best thing to that. You're not going to be working with her one-on-one. I'm sure it's going to be, involved in some workshops she's talking about in video. And she's going to cover all aspects of planning for profit, accompanying downloadable workbooks and a copy of the Creative Self-Publishing ebook, monthly planners, quarterly 10-week turnaround, monthly mapping workshops of Ask Me Anything sessions, smaller deep dive sessions, personal attention and feedback, and planning for profit community. Orna is one of the best, and I got to be straight up honest with you. For a minute, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'm like, how do I have time? But I would recommend, if you do have the opportunity to work with Orna Ross, do it. So worth it. I think her packages were starting out like anywhere from $9 to $30 per month. You'll have to go and visit the link inside the description to find out more details about that. And let Orna know I sent you on over there. I'm not getting any kickback for it. I just think it's pretty friggin' sweet. I would love to be part of it, to be honest with you. All right, big news came out from Written Word Media. They just released something they felt was of big newsworthy importance, and that is now they offer promo stacks. If you're not familiar with Written Word Media, they actually run a ton of different book promotion websites. And part of the issue sometimes was you would want to run ads on different sites and such, but you'd have to go through and check out each one of those individually and figure out how to plan it all out. Whereas now they actually have everything cut out for you. And they even break it down into different genres. So if you're in romance, they'll give you different packages on that. If it's mystery, if it's thriller, science fiction, fantasy, horror, if you're doing any kind of duration of 1 day, 3 days, 5 days long, they'll break it down like that even further. So I kind of like this, that they're taking a lot of the guesswork out of what are some of the services that you would normally want to utilize. Because one of the issues that I have is decision fatigue. And when you put me over into site like Written Word Media, I'm going to look at every one of those until I'm cross-eyed going, well, should I do this one? Which day should I do it on? Should I have this one? Should I have that one? Whereas this way takes all of the guesswork out of it. And of course, last week I did mention that they just added Hello Books. That's Mark Dawson and James Blatch's book promotion service to their service resources. So I think that that's kind of cool. Speaking of resources, Amazon Ads Summit actually finished up this past week. And if you missed the recordings, there is replay that you're going to be able to take a look. You're going to want to make sure that you go into your Amazon Ads dashboard in the top right-hand corner. There's a question mark. Click on that. It'll say training courses. Click on that and it should drop you on into there and show you all these different courses. But the nice thing is I've got a link inside the description. It'll send you right over if you're already logged in, but it will tell you everything that you need to know with the Amazon Ads Prime Day Summit recordings. And as we start to kind of wrap things up, I want to give a big quick shout out to the Cheryl H over at Apple Podcasts left a review here of this podcast. 5 stars. This is a great podcast for indie authors. Dale always has great information and doesn't hesitate to share the reality of ideas and services. His desire to help other authors is obvious and appreciated. Thanks, Dale. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that very, very, very much. And just a quick reminder here, because I like to be of service. I'm not trying to make light of that very nice review. I do want to point out that you could still enter for a chance to win one of 2 prizes. And one of those prizes is through Get Covers premium cover design worth $35 when you visit dalelinks.com/getcoversgiveaway. And again, you can enter for the Miblart cover design as well when you go on over to dalelinks.com/ giveaway. I've got all those links inside the description as per usual. What did you think about some of these items? Was there anything I missed in particular? You can let me know over in Discord when you join me over at dalelinks.com/Discord. I definitely would appreciate you. Until later, I'm going to be taking next week off from the news, so just, you're going to have to manage this on your own, but I'll be back the week after next. Till later, this has been Self-Publishing with Dale, and I'll chat with you then.
You've been listening to the Self-Publishing with Dale podcast. Visit us at selfpublishingwithdale.com for more information on how you can level up your self-publishing business. Also, check out our growing video-on-demand service, chock full of free and premium content, when you head over to theselfpublishinghub.com. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on your preferred podcasting platform. We thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.